Hello everyone, it's Don once again with another look at the construction happening here in the Villages. First up is McDonald's. This is just south of Brownwood, in front of the Spar hardware store. As you can see, it's coming along very quickly. They're actually hiring now. I wouldn't be too surprised if this is opened before the first of the year. As I said in a previous video, I think access to this McDonald's is going to be very difficult, at least until they do the renovations to State Route 44, and then it might be a lot better. Okay, so next up is going to be Sawgrass Grove. We'll take a quick look at what's happening there. Sawgrass Grove has been open a couple of weeks now, and it appears to be very popular. Every night there seems to be a pretty big turnout. Tonight is no exception. This was shot at about 5 o'clock in the evening, and the crowd was still arriving for the band. So where I'm going next is going to upset a lot of people. And that's the parking here along the cart path. This is uncalled for. There is plenty of parking in the parking lot. I'm sorry, but this is just sheer laziness by the people that are parking here. You can get upset with me all you want. You may not like what I got to say, but the facts are, you're ruining the grass. It's not going to be too much longer till a fence or something else is going to be put in place to stop the parking here. Just the way it is, folks. There's no excuse for parking here. Here's the parking lot. You can see there's plenty of parking spaces, but people are just too damn lazy to walk over and park in the parking lot. I expect a lot of negative feedbacks on this point. I don't care. That's just the way it is. The holiday season is upon us, and the Noonday Rotary Club is sponsoring Carols by Candlelight at the Savannah Center. There are 4 shows coming up next week, so be sure you catch at least one of them. Also coming up is Spring Thing. This used to be David's Day. It's the same event. The same charities are going to be sponsored. Be sure you attend. It'll be a great time for everyone, and it will support a lot of worthy causes. Just down the road from Sawgrass Grove is the new bridge being built across the turnpike. There's still a lot of work to go, but they're making a lot of good progress also. In this picture, you can see a close-up of where they're building the dividers between the east and westbound lanes, as well as the divider between the car lanes and the golf cart lanes that are going in. This bridge will certainly be an improvement over the bridge that crosses the lake just north of Lake Sumter Landing. The bridge is scheduled to be opened sometime this coming spring. The next year will prove to be quite an interesting year for construction here in the Villages. As we go up in altitude, you'll get a better look at just how big this bridge truly is. We'll come back to this bridge a little later in the video and take a look at it from the other side. Let's move on from here, and we're going to go a little bit to the northwest to Magnolia Plaza, and we're going to take a look at the 7-Eleven that's being built there. This is the third 7-Eleven that's opening up in the southern part of the Villages. The first one happened on 466A. Just recently we had the opening of the one next to Shooter's World, and now this one will soon be open in Magnolia Plaza. This gas station is definitely desperately needed in this part of the Villages. One of the other features desperately needed in this part of the Villages is a car wash, and that's what this small building is here in the back of the 7-Eleven. In the back of my mind, I can't help but wonder who is going to be the first person to try and drive their golf cart through this car wash to get it cleaned. Mark my words, it's going to happen. The gas station is also supposed to have no alcohol recreation fuel for golf carts. Not that it's needed, the newer golf carts are all designed to run on 10 to 15% alcohol fuel. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Magic stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Magic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Village's resident Ron Berner, every Magic Stairs and Magic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Magic Stairs installed in your home. Magic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. Next, we'll take a look at Coleman Ridge and the work going on there. Our flight path has us starting up at the north and circling around to the south end. Coleman Ridge will be a non-age-restricted section of the Villages. In other words, this will be for families and workers to live here with their children. As you go farther south in Coleman Ridge, when you get south of the water tower, that's when it becomes part of an industrial park. And between Coleman Ridge and Hammock at Finney is where 301 is going to be rerouted, bypassing the city of Coleman. As I rotate around, you'll see the village of Hammock at Finney. I'll continue to rotate around and we'll look north again. Our next stop is at the newly opened Okahumpka Recreation Area. They've created a beautiful boardwalk area here at the Okahumpka Recreation Center, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, I may have upset a few people a few minutes ago with my comments about the parking at Sawgrass Grove. That's nothing compared to how I'm going to upset some of the people who built this place. What a fiasco this is going to be. The water looks great here, but when they take down that boom, the plant life is going to encroach, and it's going to be a major headache to keep clear. It's not going to be pretty, and it's going to be very expensive to keep clear. It looks nice now, but they spent a lot of time clearing this area out, and you can see it's already encroaching around the boom. And let's not forget about the bugs and the alligators and the snakes. I saw plenty of those when I was filming this. As I back up, you'll see the encroachment of the aquatic plant life creeping in on this boom. It won't be long until Mother Nature reclaims this area. The building at the Okahumpka Recreation Center, as is typical of all of them here in the Villages, very beautiful on the outside and exquisitely decorated on the inside. Now let's move a little bit to the north of the Okahumpka Recreation Center to where they're extending Buena Vista Blvd. Here's the flight path that we're going to take. This is the intersection of Buena Vista Blvd and State Road 44. The new traffic lights are up and now working. The next step is to repave this intersection because they've added a new turn lane from Buena Vista heading south. As we rotate around, we'll get a good look at the road as it goes south. The left-hand or east side of Buena Vista Blvd here is all slated eventually for commercial development. This retention pond you can see is for the storm drainage from Buena Vista Blvd's extension. Now what's beyond it and behind it, I'm still not sure, but it's all going to be on the waterfront of Lake Okahumpka. Coming up, you can see that they have completed the bridges over the wetlands area of this section of Buena Vista Blvd. Since I shot this video a few days ago, they've already started putting in the landscaping and the trees along this new section of Buena Vista Boulevard. As I rotate around and look towards the north with Magnolia Road on our left, you're going to see the last section to be built of the village of Richmond. This is going to have a section of designer or veranda homes and a section of courtyard or patio villas in there. I'm not really sure yet which type of homes and villas they will be.
It wouldn't make sense if you turned on something in one room and it turned on everywhere else. That's exactly how traditional cooling and heating systems work. So you pay more than you should. But Mitsubishi Electric Systems give you a better way, with no waste and lower energy bills. Control temperatures precisely in one or every room with no new ductwork. Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. Make yourself comfortable.
We're going to stay in the same area still, and this time we're going to fly around the southern end of the village of Richmond. Most of the northern part of Richmond is already complete, and there's already people living in the houses there. Here's my company truck with some fresh advertisements on it. We're looking now at the Richmond Pitch and Putt. We'll fly over this. So if you see my truck out and about, I got a giveaway for you. For the first person who can tell me what the vanity plates on my license plate means, I've got a $50 gift card for FMK restaurants. All you got to do is walk up, tell me what the license plates mean, and the gift card is yours. There's enough information about me and my background that will let you know what that means, with a little bit of digging maybe. The pitch and putt course has been open for a couple of weeks now and it's very popular. As I fly over this construction area, this was taken on a late Saturday afternoon and there wasn't a lot of vehicles out here. You should see this place during the week. On any typical street there'll be dozens of trucks and cars parked along here for all the workers. And yet they still need more workers here in the villages to help with the construction efforts. Going between these two retention ponds, you can see the walking path, and off to the left, the walking path goes up into the woods. Took me a while to figure out what's up there. It basically dead ends and has a circle at the end so you can turn around and come back out. It should be a very nice walk. A quick measurement on Google shows the distance from the dog park down to the turnaround and back will be just over a mile. Near the top of the screen is the Clarendon Recreation Area. As we turn back towards the southern part of Richmond, you can see that there are very few lots left here that haven't started construction. So by around the 1st of February, pretty much all these houses should be done and most likely occupied. And things will be focused down in the villages of Newell and Lake Denham. You may have noticed I haven't shown much of the village of DeLuna lately. That's because it's almost done. There's only a handful of houses there that are left under construction. We'll come back in towards the Richmond Pitch and Putt now. Don't forget about that $50 gift card giveaway for the first person who can come up to me and tell me what my custom plates mean on my truck. And no, I'm not going to show them to you yet. That'll come next month. I'm out and about just about every day, so you'll have plenty of opportunity to find me. And no, you can't email me a guess either. You have to find me in person while I'm out and about. Speaking of the village of Newell, let's go down to the West Lakes area and let's take a look at the villages of Newell, Lake Denham, and Dabney. This will be a longer flight because it covers a large area that'll have nearly 3,000 homes. So we start up at the north end by the Homestead Recreation Area and we'll turn around and head to the southeast. They've done a good job trying to hide this retention pond here. There's a lot of bushes along both sides that appear to be growing very quickly that will hide it from view. This first section is the village of Newell, and there's a lot of spec homes under construction, and they've already started work on a lot of the custom-built homes. These courtyard villas are actually ready for sale, they're just not put on the market yet. Going around this wetlands area, the road is called Newell Loop, and it circles all the way around the wetlands area, and it comes up on the backside of the Franklin Recreation Center. And here we have some more veranda homes being built. Courtyard villas and veranda homes are both very popular because of their fenced-in yards and people's desire for pets and privacy. Now we'll take a quick look at the Franklin Recreation Center as we fly over it.
Looking for that perfect Murphy bed for your bonus room? Look no further. We offer three things: best quality, best service, best warranty in the industry, bar none. Give us a call, set up an appointment. 612-598-3303, murphyoffice.com.
As we get past the Mickey Lee and Jubilee golf courses, we start going into the village of Lake Denham. This will be the next village that they start building houses in. They're getting very close. The roads are being paved. Pretty soon they'll have signs and stripes. At that point, they'll start building houses. This is the intersection of County Route 470 and the Florida Turnpike. According to the Leesburg city manager, these 3,200 homes in this section of the villages will represent about an $800 million increase in Leesburg property tax value. This area here is the village of Dabney. That $800 million increase will represent about a 40% increase in fiscal year 25's property tax values for the city of Leesburg. Just like the city of Wildwood, this windfall in property taxes will be a boon to the city of Leesburg, and they'll have relatively few expenses associated with this income because of the way our CDDs work, taking care of many other things that a city would normally have to take care of. We'll fly back in and take another look at the Mickey Lee and Jubilee golf courses. As you can see, they're in pretty good shape and nearly ready to open. The exact date has not yet been released. Here's another look at Newell Loop. All of these veranda homes are also getting very close. All of the homes in these three new villages are scheduled to be completed by late 2023 or early 2024. That, along with the completion of Richmond and DeLuna, will lead to the start of construction of homes south of Monarch Grove. This section of Newell still has a lot of home sites available for building. They're in the $20,000 to $50,000 or $60,000 range around here for custom home builds. That's a relatively inexpensive lot by Village's standards. Several of those lots are around these bodies of water. I'll rotate around and we'll take another look at the Franklin Recreation Area, and you can see all the progress that they're making. It's moving along very quickly now.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
Since we're down in this area of the villages, it makes sense to talk about the latest news. The villages just acquired another 500 plus acres of land. This is the land right here. Because of its location along County Road 470, it makes sense that the northernmost portions of this will be dedicated towards commercial and the southern towards residential properties. The Villages also has a county road agreement to expand County Road 470. It's not hard to see that they'll be putting multimodal paths underneath County Road 470. Moving to the northwest, we'll take a look at the area south of Monarch Grove, starting at the bridge, going across the turnpike and going all the way down to Eastport. We'll start out with a quick look at the bridge from this side of the turnpike. This is looking down Bexley Trail towards where they're building the Olympia Recreation Center and the downtown area of Eastport. We'll rotate to the right some, and you'll see the trucks coming out from where they're digging the 1 kilometer lake that they're building for dragon boat racing. In this area, they're harvesting sod for use in other areas of the construction. I've rotated to the northwest, and we're going to follow along McNeil Drive. On the right-hand side of the screen is where a new executive golf course and pitch and putt are being built. Here you can see the first cuts in the ground for where a new recreation center is being built. You can also see another large retention pond being sculpted in the ground. By spring, the Southern Oaks Bridge is supposed to be completed, and we should see McNeil Drive should also be paved and probably pretty close to opening along that same time frame. This area here along the right and left-hand side of McNeil Drive would be the next area I expect to start construction of new homes after they complete Richmond and DeLuna. You can see the outline of 3 large retention ponds. This whole area has been sitting idle pretty much since the beginning of summer, waiting for other work to begin. You can see they've staged piping for the potable water system, as well as some of the black storm drain piping and many of the concrete fixtures that go along with it. So it won't be too much longer till they start the drainage and main utility work in this section. I've turned back to the south now. The prison is in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. This is the village of Oak Hollow, and we'll be flying over the Woodlands golf course eventually. They've already submitted some of the permitting for the homes to be built here in the village of Oak Hollow. Current drawings show the red circle is where a village recreation center is going to be, and the blue circle is where a neighborhood recreation center or a postal station and swimming pool will be located. Now we're coming up on the 1 kilometer long lake that's being built for dragon boat racing that will be part of the Eastport development. You can see the line of dump trucks that are being filled as they continue to excavate and haul away the dirt to make this lake. This is the island that will be at the west end of the lake where the amphitheater seating is going to be located. This area is where the Olympia Recreation Center and Complex will be located. Here's another quick view of the Southern Oaks Bridge, just so you get an idea of where things are at in relationship to each other. This is the intersection of Bexley Trail and Central Parkway. Bexley Trail, you can see the roadbed being laid in, going up to the top of the screen. As we rotate around, you can see Central Parkway going in towards Middleton. And we're going to continue to rotate around and take another look at the lake. You can see the island, the light gray area. And this flattened section just to the left of the lake is where the Eastport Hotel is being built. That's going to be a 120-room hotel along the waterfront. We'll take a close fly in and take a look at the excavation work that's still going on the lake. Next up, we're going to go down to the Middleton area and take a long trip along the outside of the area and get a feel for what's happening here in this area. This is the Gibson Wastewater Treatment Facility. It's just on the southwest corner of 501 and 470. As we rotate around and fly over Southern Parkway, we're going to be looking at the village of Moultrie Creek. This is another one of the age-restricted communities in this part of the villages. Everything on the east side of Middleton will be age-restricted, and on the west side will be the family area. They're already starting to work on the greens and traps on the Shallow Creek Championship Golf Course. It's already easy to make out the roadways for the various neighborhoods. On the right side of the screen is another one of the wells and a 1.5 million gallon holding facility. This is the location of an outdoor recreation area at the southern end of this part of Middleton where the family housing areas are being built. This entire area to the south and to the west of the school complex is scheduled to be about 3,000 units of family residential housing. This is the location for Dry Creek Park, another outdoor recreation area for the families. The buildings in the upper right corner of the screen are the K-8 school complex. Building a community of 3,000 homes in any area is a huge undertaking and a huge risk. For the villages to be building a family section that size, it's the biggest one they've ever built. For a builder who is renowned for their building of a retirement community, this is such a big deviation from their norm. You have to recognize what a huge risk they're taking and how much they're investing in the future of the villages by doing this. This is also the largest single-site, non-age-restricted development being undertaken in the history of Sumter County. This is going to be huge for Sumter County, as well as the villages. Coming up is Lake Harlow Park. This is the location of the Thurston Park and Thurston Dog Park. There's also another dog park adjacent to Lake Harlow. The orangish building at the top center of the screen is the Early Learning Center. Recently, on the village's Middleton website, they published a video that kind of copied my format, and they showed you all the same 4 parks that I did. I watched the video, and I'll be honest with you, I was lost, and I was confused on where they were at and where they were going, and I know where these parks are. I know what's going on out there, and I was lost. How the average person could figure it out? Beyond me. Sorry guys, Villagers Media Group, you dropped the ball on that last video. Now I'm coming up on the high school, and they're moving like crazy on this. There's about 6 to 8 months left for them to build this entire school complex and get it ready to open up for next school year. What a phenomenal undertaking it's going to be. It's going to be an exciting time to watch. And of course, what's the best way to try and keep up with all that's happening here? That's easy. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here's the high school football stadium. On the other side of Landstone Boulevard is Moultrie Creek and the Shallow Creek Championship Golf Course. Let's rotate around and take another quick look at the high school complex and the football stadium. We're almost done with this video. We got another scene or 2 to go. Please support my sponsors. They're what help keep me flying and make these videos possible. This is a classic drone shot, a rising reveal of one of our iconic water towers here in the villages. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm Don Wiley. Thank you once again. Have a great day. This is my chaos for hours on end while I'm editing these videos.